Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Daniel bin Abdul Rahman. My matric number is 211521 and I'm from Group E. So for our final project, we decided to create a homestay reservation and management system. This is the members for Group E. We have Daniel Imran, myself, alias Asmat, and Haikal Akif. So I'm going to introduce you to the project. First is the document purpose. So the first purpose of the document is to give a thorough overview of our homestay reservation and management system alongside the system's requirements and specifications. Second is it acts as a complete guide for stakeholders through the project's goals, scope and specific needs of the requirements. And lastly, it is used as a point of reference for any future modifications or improvements made to the system. Next is the project scope. The project aims to streamline booking and managing homestay accommodations. Next is offers intuitive platform for guests to search, reserve and manage bookings. Third is it provides powerful tools for property owners to manage properties and reservations. Fourth, it enhances operational efficiency, user satisfaction and property management. And lastly, it includes features such as payment processing, reservation monitoring, user account management and real-time availability updates. Moving on to the intended audience, they are stakeholders such as developers, project managers, potential users such as guests and owners, and testers. Now the document overview, it is divided to three parts. The first one is introduction, which I just presented to you. There are purpose, scope and audience. Second is system overview. It includes perspective, functionality, user characteristics and constraints. And lastly, it is requirement engineering process, which includes elicitation, documentation, management and validation stages. That's all for introduction. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ilyas bin Asmat, mention number 2116893, and now I'll dive into the overall description of our homestay reservation and management system. So, as you can see here, our system is designed with a comprehensive perspective in mind. It is a new self-contained product that fills a crucial gap in the current homestay market in Malaysia. What sets it apart is its seamless integration with various external services, including payment gateways, mapping service, messaging platforms, and Malaysian regulatory compliance system. This integration ensures a smooth end-to-end experience for all users. So basically, currently in the market, in Malaysian market right now, we have Airbnb, which is a company from United States. This introduced a lot of service taxes, including US export taxes and so on. So by introducing a local um, app like ours, which is called Rumah, so we aims for a cheaper price than Airbnb and maybe cheaper service tax, so that Malaysian can afford to live to use our service and eases interaction more between the guests and homestay owners. So we have integrated with a local payment gateway which is IP88, and we have used Google Map as our mapping service, and we use messaging, and also we comply with Malaysian Regulatory Act. So speaking of our users, our system caters to three main groups, which are guests, which are looking for unique homestay experiences, property owners, which wants to list their spaces, and system administrators who keep everything running smoothly. So the key functionalities of our system cover all aspects of the homestay experience, from user account and property management to search and booking capabilities. We have got it all covered. We have also introduced features like integrated messaging, secure payment processing, and robust review and rating system for property owners and system administrator. We have added robust analytics tools um, to help them make data-driven decisions. Okay, so now let's talk about the design constraints that we have considered. User friendliness is at the forefront with a responsive interface that works across devices. We have prioritized in this main point, in this point, to make our users feel comfortable and eases their eyes to see the minimalist design that we will implement. We have also prioritized high performance and scalability to handle peak travel season, for example, like school holidays or events in Malaysia, like Raya Haji. Security and data privacy compliance are non-negotiable, especially when dealing with sensitive user information like payment card and their address. And of course, we have ensured smooth integration with various third-party services. Lastly, I'd like to touch on some key assumptions and dependencies. We are assuming internet accessibility for all users and relying on property owners to provide accurate information. We are also dependent on third-party services like Google Map, uh, IP88, payment gateways, and also um, server hosting. This is for our crucial. This is for the crucial functions of our system. Moving on.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Dani Imran bin Azam, and with me today we are going to look at the RA process framework. First, let's delve into the subject facet of our system context. Firstly, we have the information type. Our system manages various types of information, including reservation details, property information, guest and host profile, and payment details. Secondly, is data formats. We handle both structured data such as databases and unstructured data such as user review. Key relationship include guest host interaction, reservation property links, and payment transaction. Next, we have the facet. Firstly, we have interaction scenario. Guests search for properties, make reservation, and leave reviews, while hosts manage listing, accept or reject reservation, and communicate with the guest. Use, Moving on to user role and permission, our system support different functionalities for guest, host, and administrator, each with specific permission. Moving on to the IT system facet. Firstly, we have the operational environment. The system operate on web and mobile platform, integrating seamlessly with payment gateway. For technology stack, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the front end, and Node.js and Python for the back end, and both SQL and NoSQL database. For item policy, we want to ensure that data privacy is ensured through GDPR compliance with robust security measures, including encryption and authentication. So now let's look at the development context. For development methodology, we follow an agile development process with iterative cycles. For tools and framework, our toolkit include version control with Git, issue tracking with Jira, and continuous integration with Jenkins. For testing and quality assurance, we conduct unit testing using JUnit along with integration testing and user acceptance testing. Our core activities start with documentation. Uh, Requirement specification documents, detailed documentation ensure a clear understanding of system requirement. And then user manual and technical documentation. These are essential for both end users and the technical team as well. And then we also want to maintain a requirement traceability matrix. This help tracks the origin and evolution of each requirement. Elicitation involves gathering requirement through technique, stakeholder interviews, user observation, and brainstorming with the technical team. So the key participants include guests, hosts, administrators, and the technical team. Negotiation is crucial to balance diverse needs. For example, you want to resolve a conflict, you are going to address the conflict between the stakeholders' needs and the technical constraint. And then, secondly, is prioritizing features, where features are prioritized based on business value and feasibility. And also requirement review meeting, where we want to hold a regular meeting to ensure alignment and agreement among the stakeholders. So let's discuss on our requirement artifacts, starting with goals. So for goals, we have two. Firstly, it's the main goal. We want to we want to simplify the reservation and management of homestay accommodation, and secondly is the sub goals. We want to enable efficient property management for hosts, and also we want to facilitate easy searches and booking for guests, and ensure security and compliance with data protection regulation. We have defined several scenario. Firstly, we have the guest scenario where the guest includes searching for properties, viewing the details, and then making the reservation and leaving the reviews. While for the whole scenario, it involves listing properties, updating details, managing reservation, and communicating with the guests. And for administrator scenario, we focuses on monitoring system performance, handling user complaint, and ensuring regulatory compliance. For solution-oriented requirement include functional requirements such as search and filtering functionality, property management tool, and secure payment processing and communication channels. For non-functional requirement, including performance to handle 10,000 concurrent user, data security through encryption, and user-friendly interface for both web and mobile. Then we want to make sure that we can comply with the GDPR and local regulation and support for multiple languages and also currency. Finally, for our cross-sectional activities encompasses validation through prototyping and user testing to ensure requirements are met, and then management involves change management and maintaining requirement traceability to adapt to evolving needs. So that is it for the RA process framework.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Saikati bin Syahri. My ticket number is 211-8451. And I'm gonna presenting about the requirements and citations. So we have three methods, which is the first one is interview, where the participant is our potential guest, community host, and staff members for our products. The second method is observations, which is the participant, including the project manager, software developers, and software testers. And the third method is brainstorming, where we're gonna include the project manager, potential guests, homestay hosts, software developers, and domain expert in one table to discussing on our projects. So let's move on to the first technique, which is interview. What we gonna expect, information we expect from this method, which is where we gonna gather detailed insights into stakeholder requirements, requests, and pain points. And the second one is focus on desired features, user interface preference, payment methods, and security concerns, where we interviewed the stakeholder on what they want, not in every single aspect. That is the supporting techniques, where what we gonna do during this technique, we gonna taking notes, recording, and follow-up question for through documentation and understanding. And what consideration we gonna take in this scheduled interview at convenient time, so we don't want to disturb our uh, our users' schedules. And then we want to provide clear communications regarding the purpose and objective of our products. And the next one is consent form and questionnaire prepared beforehand. Next is the second method, which is our second technique, which is observations. What information we gonna expected is the direct insight into stakeholder interactions with existing systems. So we want to compare our products with the existing products, either is better or not, and then we want to identify user behaviors, pain points, and areas for improvements, so that we can learn from any other product mistakes and improve it or make it better in our products depending on the user feedbacks. And then the supporting technique in this method is the taking a notes, video recording, and structure observation protocols for accurate documentation and analysis, where we're gonna make a research in the existing system and make a documentation and analysis to make sure that we have a better features or the better requirements. And then is the relevant considerations where we want to obtain consent from the stakeholders, we want to respect the privacy and confidentiality in our products, validate and supplement finding with the other interpretation techniques, and then observation checklist prepared for the guidance. And the last technique is gonna be a brainstorming, so where we we gather or we calling every single stakeholders to sit in on tables, and together we are brainstorming on what the requirement or the features we gonna make gonna put in our products. So what information we expected from this method is to generate an innovative idea, identify potential system features, and explore creative solutions. Because as we have many perspective or many party, we can create a variable or few different perspectives or ideas in for our products. And then supporting techniques, idea generation framework, visual aids, and collaborative tool is gonna be our supporting techniques. It's aimed to stimulate creativity and manage group dynamics. And lastly is relevant considerations. We create a supportive and inclusive environments for idea sharings, and we define follow-up action to explore and integrate promising ideas into the project scopes. So that's all for the requirement expectations. So I'm gonna pass to our next presenters.
Now I'm going to present about the requirements documentation. So let's start with the goal diagram. For our main goal, it is to offer a comprehensive platform for the homestay market. For the main goal, it is divided into 3 goals. The first one is streamline administrative tasks. Second is to provide real-time booking, and third is to ensure secure and efficient user experience. So each of these goals are divided into 3 sub-goals. So for streamline administrative tasks, the sub-goals are to allow owners to manage listings, control availability, and communicate with guests. Second, for the provide real-time booking, the sub-goals are to allow users to search properties, make bookings, and leave reviews. And the third goal, ensure secure and efficient user experience. The sub-goals are to monitor activity for security and performance reasons. Second is to ensure secure payment processing, and lastly is to maintain the system regularly. Next, the context diagram. We have 3 data stores and 5 external entities. So for guests, they will send booking request details and they will receive confirmation of booking. For homestay owners, they will send homestay availability updates and will receive the booking details. Guests and homestay owners will interact with the notification system to receive updates. So next is the time schedule. They will send the current time and schedule. And lastly, the bank, they will receive payment validation request and they will send out the validation status. Next is the use case diagram. So we have 4 actors: guest, admin, homestay owner, and payment processor. So for the use cases for guests, they are to search homestays, read reviews, book homestay, which will send notification to the homestay owner, and it will also include the payment process and the validate payment, and they will be able to manage their bookings. Next is the homestay owner. They will be able to list property, update availability, manage booking requests, and communicate with guests. And for the admin, They will be able to generate reports, manage user accounts, and manage system settings. The payment processor will handle the process payment and validate payment. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Moving on to functional requirements of our system. So we have picked three uh, to dive more, to dive deep into the functional requirement more. So the first one is users should be able to create a new account with the following information: full name, which is basic in the system. We have to address them, and maybe the property owners will want to address them, and maybe want to call them. So email address, this is mainly for communication between the system. Maybe your system want to send receipts, or maybe updates on the homestay. If somehow the homestay is now closed, or maybe want to demolish password with, of course, with confirm password to make our users enter the correct password. User type, this is crucial to know whether the user want to only browse, or maybe he want to also host. And then the identity card, so we will use KYC system for this to make sure the identity card is not fake. So this will be handled by the party service, or maybe we can implement it ourselves. So if we want to implement it ourselves, we have to hire some system, maybe HR, or not HR, but some staff to handle with the verification processes. And of course, the phone number. This is mainly for the system owner to contact the guest, and for our system to give like crucial function like resetting password link, and maybe OTP. Okay, moving on to the functional requirements too. So hosts, which is property owners, should be able to create and manage listing of their homestay properties, which includes uploading 720p or above quality uh, photos and videos. They have to also provide detailed description of their homestay listing, specifying amenities, setting pricings, and defining homestay rules. This is mainly to ensure the smooth communication between the guests and the property owners, and this will reduce the miscommunication between the guests and property owners. Last but not least, the system should clearly display the availability and pricing information for each hotel listing, including nightly rates, discounts, platform service charges, taxes, and any additional fee or charges to the users. This is to um, reduce the problem of where the users will not able to see the exact prices like Airbnb does, which they didn't include the how many percentage of taxes in the main screen. So when we put the taxes also, they can estimate how much they will pay. Airbnb problem and maybe other services have included cleaning tax and service tax, which is hidden to user until they click on the checkout. So when we clearly display at the homestay listing page, this will uh, clear any misunderstanding about the price, and will make our user comfortable and can predict their price to spend. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Moving on to the requirement management. The requirement management tool that we use for our project is Piratim. This tool is designed to facilitate the entire software development lifecycle by integrating requirements gathering, task management, and project management into a single cohesive platform. Spiratim provides a centralized repository where our group can define, manage, and track requirements, ensuring that all members have visibility and control over project scope and progress. First, let's look at the managing requirement. For managing requirements, Spiratim enable user to add requirement by entering the requirement name, description, and importance, and so on. And then the requirement can be further organized into a folder and filtered based on the user preference. And then, as you can see in the screenshot, maybe it's a bit too small, but The Spira team provides a clear and organized interface for managing requirements, ensuring all details are easily accessible and manageable. Next, we have collaboration. Real-time collaboration. Spira team allow team members to work on the project together in real time. And to enable this, the person in charge need to register the users and assign a role such as manager, developer, and so on. And for the collaboration interface, the screenshot illustrate the user interface for adding and managing team members, making collaboration seamless and efficient. And finally, let's discuss on the validation. So firstly, we have the commenting features. Where there is a feature for commenting on each individual requirement, which facilitate clear communication and feedback for easier validation in case of there is requirement review. And then we also have a feature. We also have a change log feature, a log feature that allow users to see what changes were made and by whom, ensuring the traceability of the requirement. And then we also have the description box. Each requirement has a description box providing space for detailed information and context about the requirement itself. And then lastly is the validation interface. The interface shown in the screenshot highlight these validation features, making it easy to track and validate individual requirement and make it easy to validate each requirement. So in summary, Spira team streamlines the requirement management process through effective managing, collaboration, and validation tools. By leveraging these features, team can ensure that requirements are clear, well documented, and aligned with project goals. So that's it for the requirement management.
Now I'm going to present about the requirement validations. What is validations? So validation technique ensure the final product meets stakeholder needs and perform reliability. It's like the last checkpoint before we're gonna start in developing our products. So the first method in requirement validation or our that we use in our requirements engineering. It is the software requirement specification or SRS checklist. So the first point is it is a collaboration across group during class time. So we our groups discuss together on the software requirement specifications and write every single requirements either in functional or quality or domain in every topics. And then we review and correct errors and issues in requirements for our second version or SRS, and followed by diverse knowledge for enhanced quality. And lastly, the outcome is our project improve through review. Then for the second validation techniques, which is the requirement testing. So we link each requirement to specific test case, and then we conduct the test to validate the requirements are met to make sure it is met, and then we derive the test cases from requirements and execute in various environments. And the outcomes, we identify the discrepancies, confirm compliance and functionality, and then fulfill the stakeholder expectations. So as we hope every stakeholders agreed to our requirements, then we can proceed to the development of the products. And last method is the commenting on the artifacts. Every reviewers will provide comments, opinion, and feedback on the requirements documents, and then we can improve from their feedbacks. Then we annotate or remark on documents using specialized tools like requirement management tool or anything that we can use to write requirements. And the outcome will be to refine set of requirement incorporating diverse feedbacks. Because when we have a different perspective from the other reviewers, so we can compare and we improve our requirements so that it meets our stakeholders' expectations. So that's all for our group presentations. Thank you for listening and thank you.